Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Naval Action. So today, well I hope it is today when this video gets up, admin posted a new topic on the forum called Content Plans for the first half of 2017. So I'm here in my royal pink Santissima and I'm going to quickly go through the topic and tell you what I think. So first off, Admiralty. Certain activities will provide marks of victory, honor conquest that you will be able to convert to exclusive content or buy other activities. Hostility system will get dropped and port battles will be arranged by purchasing them in the Admiralty, similar to the old assault flag system but without the exploitation. And Lord Protector might return to provide some clarity for port battles. So I'll have to admit, I'm not too big fan of this. Granted, I don't do a lot of PvP, but I think hostility system is a good idea overall, but some people disagree. Some people want something like the flag battles back. We will see entirely what this means when it gets implemented, and we'll see. Next up, there's going to be some changes to missions. So we believe the game was actually better before missions existed. Now that I agree with. And as a result, missions might turn into dailies. Hopefully we have enough time to tie them to Admiralty orders and Admiralty related organizations which will provide their own missions. So we'll be seeing what that'll implement, but I definitely think that the game was better before missions were a thing. So we will see what that brings. We'll see what the dailies are since they don't provide any clarifications on that. But hopefully it's not going to be some stupid thing that people just find tedious. Next up, well, raids will be implemented, which we've been long waiting for. And this is something a lot of people are going to be happy about or disappointed about. And that is in terms of pirate mechanics. We've been waiting for this for a year or something like that. Well, okay, less than a year, but like half a year at least. So, pirates will be able to attack each other again. We found a way to eliminate exploitation in leveling or hiding. Implementation of rookie zones and later Admiralty events now allow us to do this. Pirates attacking pirates will create a unique free-for-all instance battle, which I find an interesting idea. So that's only if pirates attack other pirates. If a national gets attacked by a pirate or attacks a pirate, it'll be a pirates versus national battle, just so that that is clear. And next up, they're not entirely sure on how they're going to implement pirates, but they are thinking of either splitting it into two groups, which would be the Pirate Republic of Nassau, which would mean the pirates is its own nation under the black flag, and outlaws, which would be real pirates which would fly under the red flag of Moody with no capital at all. So they would be the true pirates. And of course the other option is to have them just as a nation and no quote-unquote true pirates. Smugglers might get disabled. So initially goal of smugglers was to provide risky trading with enemy nations, but exploit fixes made this feature something else, and let's be honest, like, yeah, it's not really used for what it is. Next up, officers. Officers will be removed, but the perks will be moved to the captain, him or herself, and officers might return in the future in a more traditional role and implementation. And they are also considering a reset retire option for veterans who will be able to retire and start a fresh continuing dynasty. So I'm not entirely sure what that last bit entitles, but there might be some interesting options there. Next up, NPC changes. So bots will change and will start changing from January, so this month. That hint hint, patch might come this month, considering they said January. Privateers will be added to the open world, attacking players and traders in enemy waters. Elite NPC captains will also sail around and join battles from time to time, like they did before the release, which I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest. Since, well, you can just be merely sailing around and then suddenly, while you're doing a PvP battle or looking for PvP, you're in a battle with a freaking AI which you didn't want to do. We'll see. We'll see if it is as bad as it was before early access, where it was literally every enemy ship would attack you, or if it's just like a relatively rare occurrence. We'll see. And of course, they're also aiming for the first half of the year to do localization into main European and Asian languages and user interface changes. And also soon, final player ship voting event will come, and here's hoping that we're gonna finally get some bloody Dutch ships in the game. It's been way too long. It's been way too long. It's 2 years I've been with this, and no sign of a Dutch ship yet. There's been some people making models of Dutch ship, but no actual Dutch ship yet. So it's about time we're gonna get a Dutch ship. So when that poll goes up, people, I'll be expecting you to do Dutch ships. And I say Dutch ships because I'm kind of biased, but feel free to do other unrepresented nations like the Portuguese, the Venetians, not the British or the Americans or the French. They've got enough ship, and the Russians for that matter. Spain, they could use another ship. The Swedes, they have one ship. The Danes have one ship. Just underrepresented nations. I want to see them, especially the Dutch, but that's because I'm biased. So next up, they're going to do a Kickstarter, or a series of Kickstarters, and this is a bit more touchy subject, so I'll read out what they said first. We constantly receive requests to improve USS Constitutions to the level of the new ships like Enderman. Constitution was the second ship we built in NA. To make it happen, we will arrange a Kickstarter to fund this project. The Kickstarter will also contain additional US-based ships on stretch goals. If this event is successful, we will set up such events for other underrepresented national vessels too. So remember this, guys. I don't know if you've seen this, but I believe ever since I joined joined Naval Action, there was always a promise that there was going to be, or might be, a Kickstarter for ships. And the reason is because, well, you can't expect the devs to keep on developing infinitely. So the Kickstarter will allow the devs to fund the building of ships which they would want added. And before you say, but why would you do the Constitution first? Well, first off, think of this Kickstarter more as you kickstart more American ships, although I disagree with the choice of American ships, but you kickstart addition of more American ships, and as an additional bonus, the USS Constitution gets a rework. And you have to remember this, guys. The USS Constitution rework, it needs a massive overhaul because the current model is, let's be frankly, awful. And it's not only a 5-minute work, because the model would have to be redone from the ground up. So, well, yeah, that's why they're doing Kickstarter, so that they have the funding to create those ships in the Kickstarter. And well, it's always been on the table. It's an alternative to premium ships, and don't take my word for it, but I would suspect that those ships in the Kickstarter will be available for everyone, even if you didn't Kickstarter it. Don't take my word for it, however, but it would make sense. So I personally support the Kickstarter. It's a good idea. People have been asked for it before. It's been on the table ever since I joined 2 years ago. So we'll see if it's a success or a failure. If it's a success, that might just be the ticket for more Dutch ships. Well, I say more Dutch ship, but finally a Dutch ship. So yeah. Anyways, next up, of course, content tuning, fixes, improvements, and current features will of course continue to be developed. So that was it almost. So just a community relations heads up from admin. In 2016 we have been very active on the forums, responded to you multiple times a day, participated in the discussions, argued with you, and sometimes fought with you. We found that our openness, directness started to be used against us, sometimes because of us. We will be doing some changes in the way we talk and discuss things with the community. So that's a heads up. So we will see what that entitles, but it could mean that the devs will be not arguing as much with you on the forums and not discussing, like, talking with you on the forum. More like a traditional dev team where they kind of do their own thing, if you get what I'm saying. But we'll see entirely what that entitles. But anyways, this has been a quick look at what the 2017, the first half, will bring. And I hope you enjoyed watching. So if you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Comment what do you think about the things that was mentioned here. I'll have a link in the description for the forum post. And if you want to support me on Patreon, link in the description and on the end screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.